Welcome back to the Max Reality. If you've seen my face before, then you know the drill. But if you're new here, I love talking all things reality TV. And if that sounds like something that interests you, maybe check out some of my other videos, subscribe to the channel. But today, we are here to rewatch a show from the depths of Food Network history, which is Mystery Diners. So I'm not gonna lie, I totally went into this week thinking that Shark Tank was still going, but I was wrong. That last episode of Shark Tank was the season finale for season 15. So upon finding that out, I kind of had a panic moment. I was like, what am I going to do for this week's video? So I racked my brain for something I could rewatch that would be fun, interesting, something different. And somehow this show Mystery Diners bubbled to the surface of my memories. And I also remembered that I owned a bunch of the random seasons because I randomly bought them on Amazon Prime for some reason as a teenager. So I thought I'd just pull from those archives and we could all explore it together. Before we talk about Mystery Diners though, I want to take a second to shout out creators for Palestine. If you haven't heard about it, there's a group of YouTubers on here who are trying to raise $1 million to help with relief for people who are suffering from the genocide in Palestine. They're wanting to donate to the Children's Relief Fund, and I'll be leaving a link down there below. If you could donate or share, it'd be very much appreciated. Also, in my link tree that is just always in my general YouTube bio, I have some more just general information about what's going on in Palestine, different resources, so definitely take a minute to go check all that out. Donate if you can. If you can't, just spread the word. Even just sending a link to somebody else can mean a whole lot. And with all that, let's get into the video. If you never had the pleasure of hearing about or seeing Mystery Diners, let me tell you a little bit about it. It ran from 2012 to 2016 on Food Network with 11 seasons, and the structure is kind of like a mix of Bar Rescue or any of those similar shows, with a little bit of undercover boss. Now, the employer isn't actually going in. Instead, they send in mystery diners to, test whatever theory, see what's going on, while the owner is watching everything on hidden cameras. There's a big confrontation, and the show ends in some sort of resolution. Either the owner was wrong about whatever he suspected was going on in his restaurant, or somebody's fired. Anything and everything could happen in this show. Today, I have selected for our viewing pleasure the season finale of season 5 of Mystery Diners. I picked this one because it is in a dinner theater, so we can combine just all my loves: reality TV, theater, restaurants, business, wrap it all up into one and give us this episode of Mystery Diners. Once again, like so many of these other rewatches, I have not seen this show since I was actually into watching it. I haven't rewatched Mystery Diners. I forgot Mystery Diners even existed as a show until I was just panicking thinking of something to rewatch. I don't even know how it came to my mind. The only reason I even remember the structure was looking it up on Wikipedia. I was pretty sure that was about the structure, but I really, truly, and deeply forgot about this show until a couple days ago. So today on Mystery Diners, we have Peter, who, as I said earlier, is running a dinner theater. What we also know is that they are doing Fiddler on the Roof. Peter is concerned because he's been hearing that some of his wait staff is dating some of the actors, and it's starting to affect his business, so he had to call in Mystery Diners. So it's time for the consultation between the restaurant owner, our host, Charles Stiles, and the person he's bringing in to be their mystery diner. And we find out that it's actually a specific couple that is causing all of this drama that's been going on. And Charles Stiles had the same thought that I first thought, which was, well, the wait staff is probably always here, but won't the problem just stop when the next show starts and you get new actors? But we find out he hires a lot of the same people, which makes sense. A lot of these type of dinner theaters like this do hire the same people over and over again in the community. It's not like a touring house where you have different people always coming in and out. So I get where he's coming from with that, but he also says that it's not an issue if they date. He has no rules against people dating. He just doesn't like that it's causing drama. What exact drama is going on? No idea. He's just saying it's affecting their job performance. He says he's gotten complaints, and the complaints have been that the food's been coming out slower and the actors aren't acting as good as they used to, which I don't know how all these things connect, but this is seeming very much like a nonsense show, as most of these shows are. So we're just going to play along. We're just going to act like it all makes sense, and we're here for it. So after hearing the issues that are going on, Charles lets him know that the plan is, like always, to hook up the whole place with mics and secret cameras so they can watch what's going on, and then they're going to put in the mystery diner. Her name is Amanda, and what they're going to have her do is be an understudy for the actors for the show so she can watch behind the scenes, see what's going on, talk to some people, get the scoop, and report back to Charles and Peter. And the way they end this conversation.
I need your help to find out what's really going on behind the scenes here. The show must go on.
And I should take a moment to chuckle about these little graphics. If you're only listening to this and not watching it, when we were talking about the waitstaff and the actress from earlier, and then when I brought up the mystery diner, they had these little, like, you know, Amanda, she is the undercover actress, like whatever. The little graphics for them are so funny to me. We also get a full like 3D rendering bar rescue style visual of the place, showing where all the different little hidden cameras are gonna be, and fantastic. I love a little graph. I love a diagram. I'm always here for that sort of stuff. Oh, my bad. We are now finding out, breaking news, that there are 2 other mystery diners that are in this mix. For some reason, only Amanda gets to come to the consultation, but we have John, who's going to be a customer, and then we also have Rob, who's going to be posing as a waiter in training. Both of those make a lot more sense to me than the actress girl. Not that I don't think that it makes sense to have her because of the situation that's going on, but if you've done theater, just imagine being midway through like some community theater-esque show like this, and like all of a sudden the owner really weirdly is like, hey, this girl's gonna understudy. I know none of y'all are sick or take a vacation or anything, but you know, show her around. Like, would that not put you on high alert? Again, it's a nonsense show, but that's the first thing I was thinking about. Now it's time for the sting / one of my favorite parts about the show, which is their control room. The way they set it all up, it's just, oh, it's fantastic. Beautiful television making.
Whoa, Charles, looks like you got everything covered.
I told you we were going to cover every angle of your restaurant and theater.
Like the pictures on the walls and the screens, but you just tell it's because it has to be. It's just some sort of like makeshift room they have to put together. It's so funny to me. This is Command Central.
Is it good?
It's amazing. Are you kidding? It's a classic.
Are you kidding? It's a classic. Also me talking about Fiddler with so funny. I wasn't prepared for that. So good.
So is the casting good?
Tuttle is played by the amazing Hannah. She's awesome. You gotta check her out, man.
What about the other actors? They good?
They're good too.
Yeah?
But if you gotta watch someone, watch her.
Honestly, oh my god. There's no part of this that's real. I already knew that going into this. Like, this all has to be. I just refuse to believe that this kid is not an actor. To be fair, they are filming in California, so he could be an actor and a waiter, but the role of Hoddle is played by the amazing Hannah. You should check her out. Oh, the other people are good too. What? I can't. We're only like 6 minutes in. This is so silly already. Then all of a sudden, Connor sneaks away to the kitchen, grabs a plate of food, but who is this food for? There are no customers here yet. Oh, it's for Hannah. He sneaks backstage to give it to her. They have kind of a little flirty moment. And is this gonna cause a bigger issue? Charles decides now is the time to send in his secret weapon, Amanda, who we know has become one of the understudies for the show, and have her find out how Hannah is feeling about Connor. Ooh la la. Can you ask if he likes her or just like her? Because if he like her, it could be bad for job. Again, also, with him bringing the food to her, Peter isn't upset. He's not upset that she's, like, eating in costume, not upset that she's getting a free meal. He's just like, that'll distract her. The actor shouldn't be distracted by the staff. There's no problem here. This is such silliness. So I can't think of a better word than just silliness. So Amanda sits down with her little secret spy glasses. Yes, they have her wearing camera glasses. They have this whole building hooked up with cameras, mics, but they still need the security glasses just to show you how technology savvy we are in like 2014. Like, this is a serious undercover mission. We are not playing around here. This is Mystery Diners. So Amanda sits down with Hannah, and we find out that Hannah has a boyfriend that's not Connor. Hannah says the extent of her and Connor's relationship is pretty much that they're friends, and he brings her salad. That's it.
Hannah is not innocent here. She's playing Connor.
So my question now, is Hannah in trouble for playing Connor? Because I thought the problem was that they were dating. If they're not dating, doesn't this kind of fix everything? No. Now we're going to get on to Hannah for being a playa. It's now time for guests to start arriving for dinner before their show, and we meet a new character who is BJ, who is the bathroom attendant for the restaurant. If you've never seen a bathroom attendant or heard of one, pretty much they try to make sure things are stocked, things are clean, and then usually they also have a table with extra toiletries like mouthwash, cologne, different like extra nice things that you wouldn't normally have in a bathroom. I have only ever seen one time in real life, and it was at an airport of all places. And yeah, she was a boss. She was also in charge of making sure the line kept moving. If there was an open stall, she was moving you. On your way out, she was like, do you want mouthwash? Do you want this? I still think about her. All the time, especially when I'm in the bathroom at an airport. My queen. We might have lost the plot a little bit. Back to what BJ's up to.
No, yeah, you don't get nothing out, brother. Come on, I know you got a dollar, man.
Did you know that BJ was this pushy with your customers?
Oh, you got a dollar.
The bathroom attendant is allowed to accept tips, but he's not allowed to solicit for tips.
So it seems like there may be more issues than we previously thought with this restaurant. Shocking. I know, that's never how these shows go or anything. As I was kind of talking about earlier, he has a little table, and as with most bathroom attendant type things, all those things are supposed to be free. They usually have a tip jar so you can tip the attendant, but all of the items you can take. You could take all of them if you wanted. If you wanted to put them all in your pockets, technically the only person stopping you would be the attendant, who would probably be like, hey, like, do you need 12 mouthwashes? But they're not supposed to ask you for money. It's supposed to just be a voluntary thing. So this is obviously creating kind of a not great, warm, welcoming environment that Peter wants in his dinner theater. I also want to point out we did not get a fun little graphic for BJ. Every single other person and their mother so far has gotten one. Where is the graphic for BJ? Maybe when he becomes like a serious suspect, maybe because they're putting him on the back burner for now because he's not the main problem, maybe he'll get one. But at the moment, as it stands, he's our only character without one. Now it's time to send in our undercover customer, John, who has brought along a date with him to the theater.
That's not good.
Beautiful, top tier, A+, no notes. The best part about that moment is the hosts use it as a moment to be like, oh, it's just like live theater. We can't control what's happening in the moment, which is so funny. I love the theme. I love that we're committing to it. I do also want to point out no mystery diners were harmed in the making of that scene. She pops up. She's fine. We're all good. And of course, the mystery diners have Connor as their waiter, who does a great job greeting them, taking their order. Things so far are going fine with the people we're actually supposed to be watching. No issues have really presented. The biggest scandal has been this salad mishap, which again, just like nobody, it's fine. It's whatever. It's a serious issue. It's serious. But things start to take a turn for the worse when our mystery diners have been waiting for their food For what feels like forever, they're seeing everybody else get their food, but they are not getting theirs. They look on the cameras and it seems like the food is in the kitchen waiting to be served to them. So where is Connor? Connor is backstage, once again, trying to flirt with Hannah. Connor pulls Hannah to the side. She's kind of like, hey, I'm trying to get ready for the show. And he's like, I just wanted to know if you'd be like free tonight for a date. And Hannah finally admits to Connor that she has a boyfriend. Connor gets really upset, is like, all right, okay, break a leg, runs away. So it seems like this romance thing has been completely squashed without anybody having to do anything from Mystery Diners, but at least we got to witness it. Fun, entertaining TV, drama. But a new question arises out of this, which is, will Connor's heartbreak and crush and obsession with Hannah make him not able to perform a good dinner service? Because again, we still have dinner service going on. They do the full dinner and then they do the show. So we got to get through dinner. Now we snap back to a rogue BJ who has left his position as a bathroom attendant and appears to be going toward the bar.
How you doing, sweetheart? I have a beer.
What?
And yeah, my guy fully just takes this nice tall glass of beer back to his position as the bathroom attendant. It really is like a small episode of Bar Rescue this time because we have people drinking on the job. That's such a funny thing to get away with. Number one, why is that waitress giving him beer? I guess you just get to probably a point with him where you're like, I don't even care. He's going to sit here and bother me if I don't give it to him. Like, it's really his issue for drinking on the job. But it's just so nonsense. This whole show has been so silly. Then we find out Hannah is not the only one getting free meals, but this time it is not Connor. It is an unnamed, unknown waitstaff, sorry to that man, who brings BJ a full plate of food that he can have to go along with his nice full beer that he just got. And you think it wouldn't get sillier, but wait.
Beautiful, brother. You know how it's going here, brother. It's my skin, man.
You see that? BJ is trading cigarettes with your kitchen staff for food.
Like, what the fuck is this prison? Like, it's so funny. What do you mean they're trading cigarettes for food? What is happening? It's just so funny. Also, it's so funny to think about a restaurant giving, I'm assuming that the cigarettes are part of the bathroom attendant setup of free items. Crazy to think about in 2014, our restaurant giving cigarettes? Or is BJ buying the cigarettes and trading them for... I more questions than I'll ever have answers, but so funny. Also, I feel like you have a much bigger problem if people that you're employing in any way, shape, or form are in a spot where they need to trade cigarettes for food. That's a totally different topic, but I just can't with this. I just noticed on the board of list of suspect people that's behind the owner, BJ is up there. I need to figure out if he was up there from the beginning, because if so, why? They all were like, I don't know even why we're showing BJ. He's fine. Nothing to do with BJ. Is it lies? Is it lies? He is! He is on the board from the minute they walked in. They are lying to us. I know that's not a revelation because I've already said multiple times, like, this just feels so, it's just so fake that it's just so funny. But still, I'm hurt that they couldn't even do us the effort of waiting to put the picture and the name placard for BJ up until they brought him up in the show. They should have tried to make us believe that an intern had to run to freaking Office Depot or Kinko's or wherever, print this out, get it up there before BJ did anything else suspicious. They should have led us to believe that with editing. Honestly, disappointment. It's losing some stars for me from that because, wow. It's intermission in the show, which means it is the perfect time to send in our undercover customer, John, to the bathroom to see how BJ acts with any other customer, and our host, Charles, tells him to have a field day with the different bathroom attendant items, so we will see how BJ reacts to this.
What do you got?
What do you mean? What do I got?
Give me a couple of dollars.
We see once again BJ is asking people for tips, so Charles tells John, don't tip him. Let's see what happens then.
Honestly, I don't have anything. I got nothing. I'll get you some next time, okay? Thanks, baby. What? I got next time. Hey, wait. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. I'll get you next time, okay? Oh, sure. I will.
That's up, man. I remember.
So yeah, that's obviously not ideal, not what you want. You don't want your bathroom attendant, chasing somebody down for a tip. But, we've seen enough of BJ for now, so it's time to go back to Connor and Hannah. It is finally time for Hannah's big moment on stage, and Connor has some feelings about it. Like, really? Do we really think this is do we really think that this is real? No. Did 18-year-old Morgan? Probably. I probably thought this was 100% real watching this. I'm not even gonna pretend. Of course, Charles asks our undercover waiter to see, what's up with Connor? Why is he doing this? We know the answer, but, we should ask.
Just sick of that guy Joseph. It's Mary's huddle.
Oh, right.
He's all over the planet,
The way he's leaning up against the wall. Like, I do not for a moment. This man is acting his butt off. When they were casting all of this nonsense, they should have put him as one of the actors on Fiddler on the Roof, because this man is not a waiter. Give him an Oscar right now. And truly, we could leave it there. This could be the ending of the show, time for confrontations, but no. What we find out is that our host Charles is a little shit stirrer. He lives for the drama, and he tells our undercover waiter to start trying to rile up Connor by talking about Hannah. It's like, why? Why is this needed? Besides for just being funny. Besides for the entertainment. Why?
That's your friend Hannah?
Yeah.
Wow, she's pretty hot.
I don't want you talking about my girl.
Oh, so you guys are dating?
Yeah.
Really? I thought she was dating Joseph. I saw them flirting backstage.
Stop.
Stop what?
Stop.
Okay, all right.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'll mind my own business, brother. Okay.
And the shit has successfully been stirred because, last time we checked, Connor and Hannah weren't dating. That means he's lying, which, as we already saw from, the booing and the coughing, it does seem like this crush he has may affect his work. But it gets worse, because then Connor decides he wants to go backstage and do what? Well...
What is going on with this guy?
The audience can clearly see him flipping off Joseph.
And while that is hilarious in and of its own right, my personal favorite part of him going backstage is that our undercover understudy, Amanda, who's wearing her spy glasses, catches him on the spy glasses running backstage. And every time she talks to Charles with the glasses, so funny, but especially this one for some reason.
Charles, Connor's walking backstage.
Like, it looks like one of those found film horror movies. I don't know, and her voice is just like so serious. There's another part where he talks to her over her little ear speaker, and she's like, "Yes, Charles," and starts walking away like a robot. It's so funny.
Okay, Charles. By going undercover as an...
And it is finally time for the final act of our personal production of Mystery Diners, which is the confrontation. Our owner Peter has seen enough. He needs to round up the culprits and take care of business, which in this case are BJ and Connor. And when Peter goes back there to get Connor is in the middle of a full-fledged just yelling argument with the actor Joseph, who is playing Hannah's love interest. He's back there yelling, being like, "Are you really interested in like this ridiculous guy, blah 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 blah." And Peter shows up and is like, "Connor, you come with me." And Connor starts being like, "What's wrong?" And it's like, even if Peter wasn't watching them on the camera and had no idea, you are yelling backstage. You're a waiter backstage when you're not supposed to be, and you're yelling. What do you mean what's wrong? Like, that would just be a baseline. I would start out with my assumption of what could possibly be wrong. Then they grab BJ, and it is time to go to the big official Mystery Diners makeshift room. I mean headquarters. And now it is time for Peter to confront / probably fire both of these people. And he starts with Connor being like, you're not working. You're just flirting with an actress who doesn't even want you. Which burn, like word for word, that's pretty much what that man said. That last part is a direct quote. And gotta say, burn, my guy. Like, he's had a hard day. Really gonna kick him when, no, I'm just kidding. And Connor's response is to be like, well, if you got rid of the actor Joseph, that would solve all these problems. He's standing in between me and Hannah, and that will fix everything. And it's like, no, my guy, you're living in delusion. Hannah has a boyfriend who is not even Joseph. Like, another man, unnamed. Sorry to this man, we don't know him. It's so, like, if you just fire this actor, I could get my groove on. What are you talking? What is this show? What is going on? And I mean, the answer lies in that it's not real. It can't be real. The only way I can sleep tonight is if I have just decided this is a completely scripted show. Because there's no part of this that can be real, in my opinion. Okay, not no part of it can't be real, but y'all get it. Y'all know what I'm saying. And Connor gets fired.
If I'm fired, Hannah's gonna quit. Hope you're happy.
Yeah, if you fire me, one of your random wait staff, the girl getting a chance to play hodl and have fun is gonna quit. For me, a random member of her wait staff, when she has a boyfriend. It doesn't matter. We just gotta push through at this point. It's almost done. And they don't really get a chance to fire BJ. BJ's like, you're a spy, man, to Charles, which, accurate, he is. Can't even get him there. And BJ storms out, being really upset about, being called out for drinking on the job and everything. And it is presumed at this point that he is left. And then it just all kind of wraps up with Charles being like, I think you should just keep the bathroom attendant, but get a new person for that position. It's like, great advice, Charles. Thank you. You have saved my theater. Job well done.
I really want to thank Charles and the Mystery Diners for coming in here and helping me solve my problems. Now the show can go on.
Then our final cherry on top is we get a 4 months later update. We find out Connor is now waitering somewhere else. BJ has been replaced by a new bathroom attendant, and Peter reports that the interpersonal relationships between his staff are no longer causing issues in his restaurant, and all is well. I do have to point out, though, that in the clip they're showing, as they are literally physically saying the words, Peter said that there are no more issues with interpersonal relationships, blah, blah, blah. They are showing the dressing room for the actors of Fiddler on the Roof, and Hannah is going to sit in one of the guys' laps. It could even be the guy who plays Joseph, so maybe her and Joseph really are boyfriend and girlfriend. Undetermined, not sure. And also, being a theater kid myself, I know theater kids are just like overly touchy, so it could just be, theater kids, even theater adults being theatery, but just very funny to be like, everything's fine with relationships now. Hannah sitting on some guy's lap in the dressing room. Whatever, we made it through and all is fixed. Y'all, I was so happy to be done watching that show. I didn't even film an outro clip. I was like, I'm done. So anyway, editing Morgan here to say that is a wrap on Mystery Diners Season 5, Episode 13. Let me know all your thoughts, feelings, opinions down below. Have you seen Mystery Diners before? Had you forgotten about it like I had? Also, don't forget to check out the link below for Creators for Palestine. And until then, I'll see y'all in the next one.